Alright guys, welcome to another Starcraft 2 match in Heart of the Swarm. This time we have a Protoss versus Protoss. I can already promise you one thing, this is not your ordinary PvP, not at all. Grubby and Psionic apparently had a late night ladder session where both of them laddered it up like crazy. And they kept meeting each other all the time, so they decided that PvP was getting a little bit boring, they had to spice it up a little bit. And that's exactly what they're doing here. In the beginning of the game, they come up with rules how to beat it, and you already read it in the chat. This time we will have a bit of a Voidray-Russian roulette. This is exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to explain to you the rules in just a few seconds if you didn't catch up on the chat. First of all, let's introduce our players. Starting to the top right, in red, we have the French player. This is Paul Daniel. It is Psionic. And starting to the bottom left, we have, of course, Grubby, the player from the Netherlands. And this is going to be quite exciting. You can follow Grubby on Twitter at @followgrubby, which is basically also the ID. You can find him on Facebook and on YouTube. Follow Grubby is what he uses everywhere, also for his Twitch chat and voice Twitch channel, where you can basically watch him play nearly every day. Psionic also has a Facebook fan page. He doesn't really have Twitter. I have to admit that I've completely forgot what his Facebook fan page is. I will tell you the next time, because I have more than only one replay. I have another game of them where they came up with a bit of a different idea. I actually don't know what these two guys did during the night. I mean, they must have been at least drinking 1 or 2 beers, because those ideas, it was like, what? I watched those replays that Grubby sent me, and I'm like, you can't be serious. You guys didn't really do that. He's like, yep, we did. But let's focus a bit on the game at hand. So the idea here in this PvP is that they don't play a normal game, no. They decided to play French, Russian roulette, Starcraft roulette, however you want to call it. And that basically means that both of them will get a couple of sentries out. We will see a Voidray, and then they will meet in the middle of the map with 10 Voidrays. 1 of them real, and 9 of them fake. Hallucinations. So that's going to be pretty cool. They have to figure out which is the real Voidray, and then they are going to try to take down the Voidrays of their opponent, and the one who loses his real Voidray, he loses the game, has to leave, and the ladder points will go to his opponent. That's basically the idea and the entire story of these games here, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, you have to come up with that. You have to be like in the middle of the night playing ladder, laddering it up like crazy, and then suddenly you're like, wait, you know what, this is getting a little bit weird. I don't want to play PvP all night against the same opponent. You're the only Protoss that is on right now. What do you say? We invent our own games, and the loser leaves the match. First of all, you have to find someone who is as crazy as you, and then you have to come up with that shit. So, pretty cool what they did here, and I really like this. You can really see that even though they are currently laddering, it's something where they enjoy it quite a lot, and they really want to be a little bit different here. They're already talking about the other game that I'm not also going to cast, probably tomorrow, maybe in 1 or 2 days, where they did a very similar thing with sentries. Also something that we are going to have a closer look at, because it's definitely worth it. These games were pretty fun. They were really awesome. I'm not too quite sure what he did with that assimilator at the bottom ramp. I mean, he could go for a little bit of additional gas mining here, Grubby that is, with the probes, but he doesn't really need that. He doesn't have a nexus. Maybe he thought for a second that with an additional nexus he could mine the gas a little bit faster. Oh, here we go, going for the long distance mining. Trying to get the gas out a bit faster. Alright, so he might have a bit of a head start here. Psionic, on the other hand, he's like, well, you know what, I might as well take my second base. You know, I mean, 1 Nexus is fine, but I think with a second one, I'll get my gas a little bit faster, and we'll be able to get those Voidrays out a bit faster than you. The first few Stargates are, of course, already being built. In this case, we have them for Grubby, and both of them are just chatting it up. Talking a little bit about the build orders that they have here, and of course also about how to do that. One of the things that they also have to do is grant vision to each other, and that's something that they will do in a very unique way. And well, here come those Stargates, or the gateway and the Stargates for the Psionic. You need of course only 1 Stargate, you only need 1 Voidray for this, but we need quite a lot of sentries. So therefore, here come the gateways, and then we will see the sentries coming in. Grubby and Psionic, both of them pretty good players. Grubby, of course, a lot more high profile than Psionic is, but the French player is quite successful, especially on ladder here. We're gonna find out if he's able to beat Grubby. He wants to win his respect. 6 sentries, that's what we need. nothing to respect, no nothing else. So this is not about ladder points anymore, guys. This is about respect, beating your opponent. And Grubby, on the other hand, must win all to have your respect. Well, I'm not quite sure if you don't already have that, but still. Here comes the probe transfer to the bottom right. Could have gotten those simulators a little bit faster, but you can already see that Grubby has a fair amount of sentries in the middle of the map. Let's have a quick look at the Unix station. Don't secretly make 2 Voidrays and 8 fake. That would actually be quite cool if you suddenly realize that in the replay later. In the actual fight, you would probably not see that if you micro well and focus with both Voidrays the same target. 6 sentries to 9 sentries, 1 Voidray to 1 Voidray. So we are getting closer. We're getting closer to the Starcraft Roulette. It's basically a new invention that they have here. The copyright. Copyright easy, yep. So apparently where they want to fight is at the mid-top base, which is roughly around here. No vision abuse, they want to just meet, but they can make a couple of pylons, and that's exactly what Grubby does now. He's creating quite a few pylons to make sure that he has vision of that area. And now what Psionic has to do, of course, is also place down a few buildings so that he can be sure he sees whatever is going on here. Grubby with a very interesting pylon pattern here. Just to mention that. And now Voidray in the middle. No upgrades, of course. We have to point that out once again. It is a fair Starcraft Roulette. We have no upgrades on the Voidrays. The sentries themselves, they will not participate in the fight. And well, Grubby builds pylons. Psionic is like, you know what the hell, I'm gonna go for Nexus. So he's producing one Nexus after another and a couple of pylons as he runs out of money. So in this scenario, we definitely have now a situation where both of them have the perfect vision of the area. Yeah, I would definitely say you have vision. That is definitely right. The Nexus finish vision. Well, so basically what we can do now, we can go right into the fight. So both of them seem to be ready. I certainly am. I want to see who takes this. This is the silliest thing that I've ever seen in my entire StarCraft 2 career. Tell me when to hallucinate. Okay, in 10. And 8, 7. Okay, go. Here we have them. Voidray count is still at 1, but we have now the 9 additional ones. Here come the ones for Psionic, and meet in the middle. I've heard about 20 minutes no rush, but 9 Voidrays hallucinated and 1 real in the middle, that's new. And here they go. Both of them getting ready, and the Voidray battle is already going on, and immediately, who's going to target the real one first? Grubby so far is looking really strong. On the other hand, we have Psionic, who hasn't been targeted with this real Voidray just yet. But ooh, Grubby, he fights it out, he goes for it! He's the first one, and the Voidray of Psionic goes down. Grubby takes it. Grubby takes the Voidray out. No Voidray left for Psionic. And oh my god, Grubby wins it. Doesn't even take a single shot on his real Voidray. Psionic is super bad at Voidray battles, at Voidray-Roulette apparently. Oh my god, Grubby's respect my authority. Yeah, well, Psionic definitely has to do that. I mean, this was... Psionic didn't even get a single shot off on Grubby's Voidray. Oh my god. The couple of Stalkers that are now trying to attempt to do something, of course, just a bit of a joke, but they won't be able to do anything here. GG, well played. Grubby takes the game, takes ladder points. Psionic is, of course, a fair loser, and he leaves the game in just a few seconds. So congratulations to Grubby. A really enticing battle. Was quite interesting, and also a very interesting idea. So GG, and this was a bit of a different PvP. I hope that you enjoyed it. I will show you what these two crackheads did in the last game, where they focused a little bit more on the sentry power. That is, I feel, pretty nice to see games like this, a bit out of the ordinary. So congratulations once again. Grubby is officially the master of Voidray-Roulette, and Psionic in this game at least not successful.